Hey Taurus, Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. We take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. If I don't catch a wavelength here, check your other major placements or just don't worry about it. I'm starting off with the Oracle deck of Moonology and Work Your Light. And then we'll move on to a more traditional tarot spread. If you haven't already, please do click that subscribe button because it helps other people find my channel and also makes me happy. So let's see what these cards have for us. This is too many. I cannot take 10 cards. My goodness. What kind of storage do you think my phone has here? Deck. Anything else? And I'm talking like 1 or 2 cards. I'm not talking a chapter book, encyclopedia for Taurus. All right, we've got 2 here. Hold your vision and balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. All right, Taurus, we have hold your vision. Might be a rough road ahead, some hard work. You know, and in order to have something happen, in order to move forward, in order to accomplish and achieve something, occasionally there is some hard work involved. So this is, your calves are going to be burning, your thighs are going to be burning as you hike up these barren hills well past the tree line. We've got fixed moon here. You're headed someplace. You have a goal in mind, but there's just a lot of hard work. You're going to have to put some effort in, and your legs are going to be shaking, and you're going to get a little tired. But hard work, but hold that vision. Hold it. Do not let a little hard work scare you off, okay? It's necessary, not 24/7, but it's necessary to sort of boost our output occasionally in order to achieve something. Balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. This seems pretty... balance your responsibilities with your dreams. You've got work to do. You might have some hard work to do. Be doing both. I mean, I like this hold your vision too, because it is about putting in the hard work, but also continuing to dream and continuing to vision. And I feel like this balance spirituality and practicality, continue to have that vision, continue to apply yourself and work very hard. You're going to have to do both. It's almost like a split attention here between dreaming and the practical work. Dream and practical work. And you're going to be toggling between the two. You may want to, you're going to need to be making sure that you're paying attention to them both. It feels like you're going to have 2 tabs open at least, and one of them's a practical tab on your mind, in your mind computer. One of them's a practical tab of your to-do list, everything you got to get done, working hard, maybe some late nights. And the other one's what's the dream? What's the vision? Visioning, dreaming, being creative, and making sure you're making space for that. That can be hard to make space for, especially in a very busy driven society like what we have right now. It can be very difficult to make space for dreaming, for visioning, for that kind of thing, but that's still an important part of this. So hold your vision, continue visioning, continue dreaming, but while also putting in some hard work. So it's going to be a little bit of a split attention between those 2 things. All right, Taurus, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Shit, that to-do list. What? You are not the only one with a to-do list that's boggling my mind this week, but my mind will be boggled and it will be fun. No major arcana. Again, this is what I said in the last one too, is there's just not been a lot of major arcana going through here. I don't know what that is, if we're just not dealing with this week, you know, big story arcs or big changes in our lives and just dealing more with day to day, or if the tarot just wants it this week to be a little more low-key messages instead of these big life-changing messages that can sometimes be a little scary. So Queen of Wands here, we have in your recent past, we have a person, could be you, could be somebody else, who's very in touch with their intuition, very in touch with the intuition. People are drawn to them. They have a vision right? We've got hold your vision. So this could be you holding your vision, your intuition, your inner light. You know where the growth lies. You know where the direction you need to grow. You're very much in touch. The Queen of Wands can be a little bit witchy. We don't have a familiar here, but all these moths being drawn to the moon, drawn to her intuition. Some leadership ability, but it comes from within. It comes from your own vision, from your own. You're not necessarily a born leader. People don't necessarily follow you because you have all the right words, but they follow you because your intuition is bright. Your intuition is leading you. And incidentally, other people want to be around that. Other people want to experience that strong intuition. So queens are more about their own inner landscape, about who they are, about their... So the queen would be a person, male or female, really interested in their own vision, holding on to that. I don't know what is going on here. Holding on to their own vision, being very clear about it, being it's their own vision, and simply that vision, that idea, that intuition draws others to you, but not for any reason that you're particularly charismatic or anything like that. It's just you doing your own thing, and other people are drawn into that circle, drawn into that light of your own intuition, your own creativity. And your own creativity. So you could have been involved in a creative endeavor, which drew a lot of people towards you, a lot of people in towards your vision, towards your ideas. Again, if we do have a King of Wands here, oh my gosh. So maybe you're going to be getting more charismatic here, but the Queen of Wands, it's a private inner creativity. It's her own intuition, and it draws people in, not through anything she's saying, but simply because of what she's working on in her own path. In your current situation, Two of Pentacles. I love this. I love this because we're talking about balancing spirituality and practicality, balancing a bunch of hard work. Pentacles are going to be jobs, work, balance. This is like so key here. She's balancing on this, and the Two of Pentacles is all about balancing two things in your life. It could be visioning, and it is very specific. It's like this thing and this thing, and the things don't blend. Otherwise we blend them together and we just like walk around with our satchel full of things, of projects and things that we're doing. But these two things, they don't mix. They're like magnets of opposite. It's like the opposite poles of magnets. They're repelling each other. You're having to juggle them both, but they don't mesh. It is like visioning and practical work, right? It's very hard to get in that dreaming, visioning, creative mindset when you're bogged down with a bunch of to-do lists and spreadsheets and stuff you have to do over here. It's like the two parts don't mix very well. And you have to toggle between them, like I was saying with spirituality and practicality. So this Two of Pentacles is just reiterating that we're toggling between two worlds that don't mesh, or two projects that don't work well together, or two aspects of a project, the creative and the practical, that aren't going to mesh together. But we've got to keep them moving. We've got to keep them both moving to stay in balance. And to keep them juggling in order to stay in balance. So this isn't the scales that get the scales, Libra scales don't ever get perfectly balanced, but this isn't something that's going to have a perfect balance in there. We sit forever and ever and ever in perfect balance. This is juggling. You're juggling, toggling between two things, paying attention to two different things. You're juggling, balance, precarious, struggling maybe to keep both things in play, the practical, the spiritual, the creative. I mean, also our Queen of Wands here is very spiritual, very visionary and very spiritual. But right now we're in the situation of having to balance those two things, having to hold the vision while also doing a bunch of hard work. So those two worlds, not meshing, not blending, but needing to be paid attention to one at a time. I mean, that's the thing with juggling, is you hold the ball in your hand and then you let it go so you can receive another ball. But you're not putting the balls in a blender and then saying, look, I juggled everything, right? It's like each thing needs to have full attention paid to it while it's in your hand. And so you're in that moment with that ball in your hand, paying attention to it, handling it, moving it putting it in position so that when you go to catch it again, you know, it's doing what you need it to be doing still. And then you're doing that with two different aspects of your life. Okay, I think I beat that dead horse. So in your inner landscape, you have 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, you are dreaming of success. And this, again, is visioning and hard work. The 9 of Pentacles, she's already put in her hard work. She's put in so much hard work and made this thing happen through labor. But first came the vision, right? And she held that vision. So you're hoping that you have a very strong vision for something you'd like to accomplish. The 9 of Pentacles is very accomplished, has achieved what she set out to achieve, very abundant, has what she needs, very successful. Again, I was telling, maybe it was Pisces, about the Widow Clicquot, one of my favorite biographies of very successful. We all drink champagne. Everybody knows about champagne because of the Widow Clicquot and how she revolutionized that. Very successful businesswoman. Extremely inspiring book. Story. So that's what you're dreaming of. You want to be successful. You're dreaming of success. You're dreaming of financial success, of having put in that hard work and harvesting the fruits of your labors, and a bumper crop. What's at issue is 3 of Wands. You've lost the vision. Oh my gosh, this is a very coherent reading. You have lost the vision. We have hold your vision. Yeah, that's because it's like fading. You can no longer see it. Normally, this 3 of Wands, she'd be watching her ships come in. She knows they're coming in. She has a lot of faith in the future, a lot of faith where she's going, a lot of faith and belief in this. But but in the reverse, we've lost our vision. We've lost our sense of intuition. We're losing it. It's fading. We can no longer see those ships coming in. We want to be successful business person, successful in our lives, but we're no longer seeing what the point is. We're having just a loss of faith, a loss of intuition, like that intuition vision. Yeah, this is why you're getting hold your vision, because you get 3 of Wands in reverse. Just losing faith, losing the vision. What is it I'm working so hard for again? I'm very tired. I would like to stop. What is it that I'm working so hard for again? I can't even remember anymore why I'm doing all of this. So that's sort of the vibe we're getting off of this 3 of Wands, is not really being able to see anymore where you wanted to go. Why did you set off on this journey? This is too much work. Why did I even want to climb this mountain? I mean, if you're a hiker, you know that feeling at some point of like, my legs hurt. I'm tired. I've got blisters. I'm thirsty. I don't know why I didn't just stay in bed and watch TV today. Why exactly did I want to do this? Well, this is why you want to do this. This is why you set off, but you're not seeing it, and you might not be seeing the results too. Like putting in a lot of hard work, juggling a bunch of things, putting in a bunch of paying attention to this and paying attention to that, and having to toggle through a bunch of things, like barely holding it together. And like, is this even going to happen? Am I going anywhere? Are these ships coming in? Did I have an intuition? Did I have an intuitive hit? Did I have a creative idea? Did I? Was it good? Why am I doing this again? And is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? I'm juggling a lot. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So in your environment, you have 5 of Wands. There's some wands here, man. We've got 3 wands, 2 pentacles. So we're dealing with creativity and intuition probably, or it could be any aspect of your life. But anyway, in the environment, you have 5 of Wands. Conflict. This isn't a battle. People aren't getting hurt physically, but this is like, there's some strategizing that needs to happen. There could be conflicts of time, conflicts of energy. I mean, especially with this 2 of Pentacles here, there's just a lot of conflicting things, maybe things pulling at your time. It's going to require, this is a game of strategy. This is and requiring someone to play a long game of strategy. So you could be having conflict with other people in your life right now. Maybe they want you to do things. Maybe they want you to focus on something else. Or this could just be conflicts of time, conflicts, just trying to figure out what your strategy is here, what's going to work best for you, how are you going to manage this, and the 9 of Pentacles, she really does play the long game, right? She puts in the work and effort. I really like the ones where it depicts her as a vineyardist. where, you know, because those grapevines can take 10 to 15 years to start producing fruit. And then, you know, before you get a bumper crop, there's a couple more years. And then after that, you've got, so really, you've got, you know, you've got a harvest, and then you've got the whole winemaking process, which takes a long time. So, so the Nine of Pentacles talks a lot about playing a long game and winning in the end, right? Even after a lot of hard work. You might look like a lowly farmer, although so much respect for farmers and farming. You might, you know, be dirty and dusty and not look like the sole proprietor of this endeavor that's going to be very successful someday. You know, a lot of hard work going in here. And there could be a lot of conflict over that hard work, a lot of conflict going on in your life, needing to strategize and needing to play a long game. We're playing chess, not checkers here. So something in your environment is asking you to strategize, to play chess, not checkers. And then in your currency, or what your to-do list is make the hard choices. You're juggling a lot, and you're going to have to make some really difficult choices. The Five of Swords talks about being between a rock and a hard place. There's no easy answer. There's no win-win solution. You're going to have to juggle, which means you've got to let go of some things in order to receive them again later, right? You're going to have to juggle some things and let go of some things. And keeping the overall vision may require sacrifices, may require you to make some very difficult choices about the people that are in your life, about the people that are helping you, the people that are in on projects with you. And it's about hard choices, and being maybe a little bit ashamed of the choices that you have to make. But life puts everybody in really difficult situations from time to time. We all want, not everybody actually, but most of us want a win-win solution to our issues, to our problems. And this speaks to, there may not be a win-win solution available right now, in which case your obligation is to choose yourself, even though you may not even like how you have to do that. You may not even you might not enjoy this decision. You might not enjoy making this decision. You might be embarrassed about how you got to this situation, and you might be embarrassed and somewhat ashamed of the choice you end up making. That doesn't mean it's the wrong choice. It just, you'll always need to remind yourself there weren't very good options. I wasn't looking at a good option. So the Five of Swords talks about making difficult choices, being stuck between a rock and a hard place, and having to make some hard choices about what you need to do. And maybe even some choices that might not be great for other people in your life, or might not feel good to them, but having to make them anyway. So we have Five of Wands. Both of the fives, you know, in our Kabbalah tree is a place of harshness, a place of difficulty, a place of restraint and restriction. And so you're gonna, you know, so your options are limited here about how to handle a situation or how to deal with it. And there's restrictions here, right? And so then it just really comes down to, you know, some sort of, what do you value? Are you going to be the windshield, or are you going to be the bug kind of situation? And there's not a lot of freedom here. There's not a lot of options, a lot of great choices, a lot of great, you know, sometimes we're faced with like, oh my goodness, so many great things to choose from. And this is like, oh crap, I've got two shitty choices. And then it really comes down to, you know, who you are and who you're going to be going forward. And sometimes, you know, the choice overall isn't great, but you know, you've got to make it. So difficult choices, and you've got to make those difficult choices. You've got to cut what needs to be cut. She's literally cut out a piece of this guy. So you've got to cut out what needs to be cut out, even though it's not your favorite thing to do right now. It's not really what you want. But you know what? If you want to go for this Nine of Pentacles, you're going to have to get used to making some really difficult choices, right? That success comes from a path of making really difficult choices. I mean, you're following your intuition, you're following some sort of inner vision, and you're either going to have to, you know, sacrifice your inner vision or sacrifice somebody or something that you care about for that inner vision. Either way, you're being asked to play a long game here and not a short. This isn't checkers, this is chess. So you're being asked to make strategic moves, and they might be a little bit difficult. You might have to sacrifice some pawns here. It's the name of the game. Happens. where you're going, King of Wands. And so this could be someone that you're rendezvousing with, relying on, or this could be yourself and an energy that you're going to be embodying. This is the charismatic person, the person that can get others to believe in their vision, to see their vision, to follow their vision, to follow their ideas. This is a very charismatic person, very inspiring, where before people were coming towards you simply because you have your own intuition and you have your own creative vision. This is someone that can really muster the troops and really inspire others to follow them, to support them, to follow them on this bold path and bold plan. So this may be someone that you are going to be coming into contact with that can re-inspire you to re-see your vision, to get inspired, someone very charismatic. Or this may be someone that skills that you need to build is charismatic skills where you can get people on board with your vision. You can get people to support your vision. You can get some startup money or some, I'm thinking of all those like startup things where you can, get people to support your vision and what you want to accomplish. All right. And then we're going to move on to the wild Kuan Yin here. Anything for Taurus? I don't want to take two. I want one. Okay. There we go. Uniquely you. The more we are willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we will need to eschew conditioning in favor of aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart and experience real joy. I feel like this is a little bit of this risk of being authentic and hurting somebody or having to make a choice for your own self, for your own authenticity, and possibly, eschewing conditioning to do that. All right. So Taurus, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments. And I hope you have a great week.